often have a week or month where we feel more hopeless, we feel more negative, or we feel more discouraged, or we feel less than neutral or good. Okay, and often it's because we're going through our challenges, and because we are focusing on the things that are not going well, or the things that are not working, or the things that has not happened, or the things that we don't have. Okay, we are focusing on one part of life, which is in essence the lack. Okay, or even a perceived failure, or worry, or rejection, or feeling anxious. Okay, so when that happens, if we take action, if we take healthy, productive action, then we can allow those feelings to transform and the energy to go into something in a form of resolution, positive and helpful resolution. However, there are moments to action, there are moments to solve, but it's also there are moments where the only thing we need to process and solve is just our mind and our perception and the way we look and view things, rather than actioning the steps or taking steps to solve the problem. We have to start with our way, the way we view things. So for those moments, let's have a little moment to process it and bring ourselves from negative to neutral. And if it does slip, if that's spilled into the positive, then even better. So, so instead of saying, this is not working, in an attempt to help us feel better, perhaps at the end of the day, or in the morning or afternoon, what is working? What is working in this moment? I'll give you a little bit of time, and if you need more time, just pause the video so you can answer those questions. So, what is working in this moment? What is good in this moment? What am I grateful for in this moment? What do I have in this moment? What do I still have in this moment? What am I looking forward to? What do I have in my life to be grateful and thankful for? What is the one thing that helps me so much, or helped me, or was good today, or even this week, or even this month? ourselves to connect, to focus our mind, to direct our mind in the direction of some things are going well, some things are okay, some things are good, some things are positive. So we can bring the balance from down here and then bring the positives as well. So balance it out. You might still not make the perfect equilibrium, but it might allow us to feel a bit of relief that some things are working for us, working in our favor, helping. There's still some good, there's still some positives, and that gives us a little bit of hopefulness, and that helps us feel more relief and better, because we tend to oversee, we tend to focus just on the negatives, things not going well. But unless we have as a habit to practice or make the time to also look at what's going well, then those things get dismissed, to get out of the spotlight. And it's a shame, because then we don't see the good, and then we don't get the benefit of feeling good. And also, it's important to take things in balance, in a stride. Yes, there are some challenges, there are some negatives, and we're not dismissing, we're not trying to be excessively positive and dismissing the bad. And let's find solutions to overcome the challenges and the problems. But equally, let's notice the good that is coming out of these situations and the positives, so that we can feel more balanced, so that we can see the light, so that we can see that we are moving towards our goals, so that it is not all loss, that is some goodness, so that we feel more grateful and abundant, so that we have a more balanced perspective. And sometimes it takes time to see that perspective, to see that solution, to see that, yes, that happened, and while I was going through it, it was not good, but many good things came out of it. Not that we go and intentionally do things to hurt and harm ourselves in order to get something positive out of it. No, just, if life throws us lemons, let's make lemonade. That's an expression that we hear. I'd also say, if there are challenges, let's look for the silver lining, let's look for the good. Not that we can ignore the bad and don't do anything about the bad. No, so that we can embrace the good and the bad, so that we can feel a little bit better, a little bit stronger, so that we can have the energy to address the bad. And we can address in a form of acknowledgement and acceptance, and notice what areas we have an influence, what areas we can do something about it and do that. And also have the courage to take those steps, but also notice and be humble and be able to accept these are the areas that I can't do anything about it. Okay? And accept those and view them in a different way. Ask the universe for guidance, and trust that the solutions will come to you at a time, at some point. But equally, see the good. Let's see the good in ourselves, the positive and the good in ourselves. Let's see the good and the positives in others. Not that we dismiss the bad and don't change and don't approach and don't solve and don't try to address. Yes, there is a time to approach, there's a time to address, there's a time to solve. Those are steps. But also there is a time and a place to notice, to see, to be grateful, to celebrate our goods and the goods in others, and equally on the circumstances. One thing is never good for everything and everyone. It just solves some things, creates some problems, and then you bring another solution, solves some of those problems, but then creates other problems. Just trying, trial and error, flexibility and adaptability. Okay, but when we try to see the good, the positive, the silver lining in ourselves, the situation and others, we let ourselves off the hook and others off the hook. We're more flexible, more adaptable, and we can find a greater range of solutions. But the best thing of all, we feel better on the way, and we get the best of us and the best out of ourselves and others. And I'm repeating myself because it's true. It is true. So let's spend time in our days. Perhaps sometimes it could be during the moments where we don't feel as good. Sometimes it could be the morning, sometimes it could be in the evening. Those tend to be the times where people might struggle the most. On waking up or before bedtime. Sometimes it can be mid-afternoon. So you know your timing. When is the greatest time of struggle? And perhaps during those times, instead of fighting against the overwhelming emotions or the negativity or feeling hopelessness and helplessness, let's take that time to, I'm going to choose to be grateful as a way of distracting my mind for a moment, as a way with the intention to wanting to feel more neutral or better or more positive. And I'm going to notice what's going well, what is good, what am I grateful for, what am I thankful for, what did go well, even if it is just one thing. You can come up with a list, even more, if that's too much effort, and you don't have the energy or can think of because you haven't built the momentum, then the one thing. What is the one thing that I'm grateful for right now? And stick with that and be grateful for that. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. Big hug for my love, for my heart. Did I say? I think I'm mixing my words up. Love, hug, kisses. And I sincerely hope that this whole moment has helped see something in your life that is neutral or good or positive, or even a blessing if you want to take that step further. I am grateful for you. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, evening or night.